各位网友，大家好，我是李泽华 Kcriss。
Particle TV reports on April 22nd, 2020. Citizen journalist Kcriss investigated the particle situation in the city, including certain biological counts in the burning facilities. He was chased on a highway by the National Security Guards.
I am suddenly being chased by somebody looking like some national security car behind me. I can't do streaming now. I can only do a short video like this. I am in Wuhan. They're chasing me.
See the link below for the car chase video. Police came to his house later and eventually he was taken away, with his cell phone confiscated. He was not seen for a month. Today, he released a video. It's his first appearance after he was taken away. In this video, he explains what happened to him during those days. I can't use my previous format, which is to show you the original video with my translated English subtitles or with my English voiceover, because YouTube says that's content reuse and gives me either strikes, limits my exposure, or punishes me for violating community guidelines. Therefore, I will show you only his face and some important scenes to reduce the probability of my video being restricted. I will use my raccoon avatar for visual instead. Hello all netizens, I am Kcriss. It's April 26, 2020. The past month has made the whole world different to me. Everything has to trace back to that day. On February 26, 5:44 p.m., I drove a white Dazhong brand car from here to here. When I got here, suddenly a white SUV appeared in front of me. I thought it was going to make a left turn, but it went against the traffic directly toward me. I instinctively turned to the left. At this time, I heard several people inside that car shouting, "Stop the car!" I didn't know who they were, so I instead sped up. 1. You didn't steal. 2. You didn't rob. So why did you run? For this fear, I am confused too. After that, they kept chasing me. After I got on the highway for about 10 minutes, they couldn't keep up with me. So I went east and north. I kept calling my friend on my way and uploaded the video. I was just driving on the road and they suddenly used a car to drive directly toward me and they kept chasing me. They're still chasing me now. I'm asking for. Once I got home, in less than 5 minutes, I heard noise outside my door. I looked through the peephole. I saw people with police uniform and protective suits. Judging from the conversation they had with the woman that opened her door, it looked like they were checking temperature door by door. So I judged that they didn't know whether I was home or not yet. So I decided to turn off the lights and sat very quietly to pretend that I wasn't home. Then I heard they were knocking the door one by one till they knocked on my door. They knocked a while and then they left. I kept sitting in my chair, motionless. 3 hours later, accompanied by 2 of my good friends in the city, they came back and knocked on my door again. They told me, don't worry, just open the door. Once you open the door, you're fine. Once I opened the door, they said they were the police. After some conversation with them, I left my home with them to arrive this Qingshan police station around 11:52 p.m. After a serious procedure like fingerprint taking, DNA and blood taking, I entered the interrogation room. The charge they summoned me of is interfering with public order. Above is the statement I made in the interrogation room. In the next 24 hours, I interacted with many police officers that came to interrogate me. Around 11 o'clock p.m. on February the 27th, the police chief came with a heavy mode to tell me that they weren't going to do anything to me. However, because I have been to sensitive areas such as the crematoriums, for the benefit of me and others, although I do not belong to the 4 categories of people, that is, confirmed case, suspected case, those with fever that cannot be excluded from infection, those who have had close contact with the confirmed case, they will still put me in quarantine in designated location with supervision. Around 11:43 p.m., with the personal belongings that my friends brought me, taking the police chief's car, I arrived at the designated quarantine location. After I got off the car, the police chief commissioned my friends to take my electronic devices for safekeeping and just gave me a few personal belongings. From that time on till March 14th morning, I spent every day in that hotel room in the quarantine designated location. During those days, I had 3 meals every day. My safety was guaranteed by the guards. I was free to watch the Central News. Okay, let's take a pause. This is translational note from Particle TV. The Central News is a phenomenon in China. I think it's 8 p.m. every day. You will get the news from every station saying the same thing. It is really quite spectacular. Take an example of the whistleblower Li Wenliang and other 7 doctors. They were warning people early on that there was a deadly virus spreading. However, all 9 TV stations at the same time, as you can see from this picture, were saying the same thing, that Dr. Li Wenliang and other 7 doctors were rumor makers, rumor spreaders, and they will be investigated and punished. So Kcriss is saying that he was free to watch this, and along with his freedom or his safety being guaranteed by the guards, you deduce the conclusion. On March 14th morning, the health authorities sent 7 people to pick me up from the hotel room quarantine location to take me to my parents' place to continue strict quarantine. This continued till March 28th, during which the police enforced the law in a civilized manner. They guaranteed my rest and food. After the quarantine, I've been keeping my family company. I've been planning what I will do this year. I thank you for all that cared about me. I wish speedy recovery for all victims. May God bless China. May all people around the world unite. These days, I have many yet organized thoughts. Some are fleeting, some cannot be spoken out loud, but only this one stays firm and strong.
人心为微，道心为微，为精为一，允直绝中。